Move these off. There we go. Time fragment. Yo! I hope you're doing well. Alright, camera C. Camera C. Do we like that? I feel like that camera angle kind of feels a little bit odd. But I'll check it out more later on. But I'm gonna wedge these up real quick. Here's number 2. Dun, dun, dun. I'll wedge that up. Okay. I feel like that's kind of fun. Dropped an album today on my Bandcamp in case you're interested. Love your work too. Yo, yeah, you know what? If you don't mind, I'll probably, maybe in tomorrow's stream, I can use your new song and I'll link it in the description or whatever. Let me know if I'm allowed to do that. Camera A. And let's see, am I invisible right now? Yeah, I am. Epic. I love the green screen shirt. The green screen shirt is where it's at. Alright, I will do that time fragment. Thank you. Alrighty, y'all. Turn this on. I'm gonna get over here. Alright. Green on. Green on. Hello, everybody. We're back again. Hold on. What do I say again? I say... What was I? I've been saying I've been doing a new intro. I said we're back again today. We're here again today. Whatever, you get the point. We're here again today. We got 3 more pots coming at you guys. It's a later in the night, so I'm trying to rush through it a little bit so that way I can get the editing done tonight and get some food in my belly. So I'll see you guys over there. You guys can see my new head camera situation. So now I don't have a chest mount, so then I can wear my green screen shirt. You're gonna see when I get over there, you can still see my pants. I'm thinking how to ask a friend to make me, or like to sew me, like a green screen skirt or something that I can just like set over and button in the back while I'm throwing, but we'll do that in a second. All right, green off. Green off. There we go. Maybe the microphone in a new spot is kind of throwing the phrase recognizing software off. How do I buy Pottery Demo stocks? The value is going to the moon. That's so funny. Thanks, Shook. I hope you're doing well, bro. Alright. So we got that right there. Got these ones right here. Alright. So camera C. Alright. Wheel. Wheel. I feel like, yeah, that looks awesome, right? Let's see. Alright, get some of this water out of here. Alrighty. Pottery shelf. Some water. Alright. And so we got the head camera on now, which hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So again, I'm bringing this hand back and pushing this hand forward. And it's that back and forth that's really causing the clay to want to get to the center, right? Do you see how they're just moving against each other, right? We'll go one more up. All right, camera B. Got one more. Thank you. Yeah, a green waist apron would be awesome, but I think it just needs to be something that can just go over just this part, right? My pants area. So then I'm full green screen, but it needs to be easy to put on and take off, you know? Like I'm thinking like a button or something in the back that, or a clip. Because if it's just like an elastic thing or it's just like a towel, it's just gonna fall off as I'm moving around, you know? So, but anyway, pushing this down. All right, camera C. Camera C. So this way you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm pushing this fist straight down. Right, I'm slowly bringing that back. And why is that working? Do you see how it's cut into thirds here? This third, the middle third, and the end third here? I have my hand on the top third, so as clay is coming in, it's pushing against my palm here that's connected to my elbow, which is connected to my pelvis, so I can really use my body weight to push the clay. I'm slowly bringing my fist back towards my hand here, right, which is pulling that clay out to the side, all the off-center clay, which is then getting funneled right into this palm there. But that's how I'm getting that to work. I'm opening this clay up. I'm right to the bottom here. Oh wait, is my audio kind of being really weird? Hold on, I gotta check out this. Oh no, the audio is good. I thought there was head camera audio for a second. But we're chilling. Okay. My left eye's been twitching all day. It feels like somebody put glue underneath my eyelid. So you can hear some of those little air bubbles. I did a bad job wedging. But here we are, the llama pole, gripping right on this top edge. Hand here, right? I'm slowly bringing these two, again, right across each other. You can see how they're switching places. And that's what's bringing that inwards, right? And then I'm going to have a volcano. And then I'm going to switch over to camera B. Camera B. Okay, so here we are. Knuckle right underneath this edge here. I'm slowly just pulling this up, right? There we go. I'm going to color this in a little bit. I feel some air bubbles in this middle part here, so I'm just going to be cautious. Right to this edge again. So you could see right in that middle section there, that's where it's getting off. So we're going to do one collar at this bottom edge here. And so we got to be slowed in that middle stage where it's getting off center. So here's where it's going to click. Okay, right over that weird awkward part, all the way up. And then we got to do one equalizing pull. We got to really bring this in quite a bit, huh? Okay. And then we'll be good. A little water on that elbow. Push this in. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to be wanting to get some of this water out. Okay. And then I'm going to switch over to here. Camera C. Alright, here we go. Be right over on this side here. Be right on this bottom edge. What I want to do is I slowly want to just walk up this bump, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we got to fit in the 8. I got to make sure I push these back in so I can fit the 8th. There we go. Slowly walk this up, right? Camera B. Slowly just walk this up. We want to leave the top have a little bit of thickness left. And so then when I go to twist this down, right, it's going to collapse around that middle part there. Bring that out wider, and it's ripped a little bit, but we'll let it just totally nest right on itself, right? And so why is that staying up? And I'll show you guys in a second. So camera C, camera C. So you can see how on the interior here, that top ridge is resting on the spiral. So the spiral is quite literally holding up the object right now, right? So I'll go back to camera B. And so that's why it's still able to be, you know, standing up right now. It's kind of fun. You know, the form is helping itself out. Or the form is allowing it to... Earlier stages of the form making are allowing for later stages of the form to exist. There you go. That's the best way to word it. A little bit of water right on this bottom edge. Alright, camera C. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, perfect, 10. So whenever it's even, we can do flower petals, right? So we skip one, and look at that. We got a nice little flower petals right on the bottom. Camera B. So this looks really nice. So right down to this bottom edge, taking that off, great. So there's number 1. I really got to speed it up here, guys, because I'm already at like 20 minutes, I think, right? No, I'm only at 12, but still, that's way too long. I think I'm just getting used to having the headset on. Samantha says slay. And then somebody, Bobo Boy, is giving me some emojis of biting nails. That's funny. Alright, a little bit of water on this edge. So a good one? Yeah, I think that was a good one, you know? I think that one looked pretty okay. I just like how thin that, there's a really like drastic cutoff point, which I think looked kind of nice. So we're just rounding off that bottom again. Camera A. Camera C. I feel like that looks kind of funny. Alright. The water right on this edge. Push in just a little bit. Move that up. There we go. And again, same exact thing, right to the bottom. And again, it's that push and that pull that's allowing me to take that clay upwards. Alright. Touchdown, right? That's so funny. Alright, camera B. We gotta have this right hand right where that twist is happening, so then it can support that area as we bring that clay down with that left hand. Getting ready when we get to the bottom, add some more water. Hold that at the base, get ready to transition. Transition that right hand up in front and push that left right back up in there. And there you go. And so for me, that's how I usually do my centering. But a lot of people, you know, when they're doing this, they get like nervous, right? But there's no clay in this area, so the clay wants to move downwards really easily with just a little bit of pressure, right? That's why people are doing that sort of stuff. Okay. Getting right to that base. You see how much I'm cutting that base? I really want to make sure that base is even. If the base is not even, you're going to have a harder time centering or throwing, and everything else is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's all about that base, right? Okay. Thumbs right in. Camera C. Using my fingers to really just carve out that interior, right? A little bit wide, but that's okay. So I just want to bring this edge out. Watch me bring this inwards just a little bit. And so I'm just trying to refix some of this. I went a little bit too wide. Going wide is okay, but too wide and then thin in that corner is just spells a recipe for disaster later on. Come on, chill. Okay, a little bit of water. Get a little spiral going on here. Great. I got my llama pole, and again, I'm just slowly bring this up. This rim, I saw that the clay was cut there. Okay, so I gotta keep that in mind when I do a pole here, right? Alright, so going right down to this bottom edge. My knuckle is going in. I'm at 5 o'clock, and I'm just pushing that knuckle. You know, I don't have a lot of interior pressure. I have a lot of exterior pressure, and I'm bringing that up almost as if I was trying to get to the tip of an ice cream cone, right? So I'm aiming that inwards. Okay. Camera B. Okay, right down to the bottom. Oh, it's really thin right at this top edge there. So I'm going to try to notice that was a little bit too thin. That's where it ripped, right? Earlier when I was saying. Okay. Since I'm doing some other stuff with this, I don't necessarily have to address that. But in case you're wondering how I would address this little moment here, I take my wooden rib tool very slowly. I'm just pushing that into that wooden rib tool to smooth that out. Right, and it's kind of feeding it downward, but you get the idea. You know, you can really save a lot of that pot using that wooden rib tool. Okay, again at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Camera C. Oh, chill. Okay, chill. Oh, I ripped it. Alright, I think this one's trashed. Okay, so we're gonna cut this one off. That's okay, we just gotta wedge a new one. Leonidas says that's a slow wheel. Really? I don't really think it's that slow. I feel like a lot of times people are going way too fast. So the problem with that is I just went too thin in some areas when I should have just let it be. Alright, now I gotta really speed it up here. Okay. Alright, camera B. I like how it looks like this little kid in the back is like scared of the pots. It's so funny. Right up to that base. Do you reclaim your clay? So forest time catching alive. Love your work and look on your creative process. Yeah, I keep a bunch of my reclaim like in buckets, right? They're just all over in buckets. And so that's normally what I do. And then I have giant plaster bats that I made. They're like 32-inch bats that I just throw it on and then to reclaim it. But you know, it's a process. I wish I had a I think, you know, I always think people are really I got a question back for you. How come you're talking about reclaim? I've noticed that a lot of people are always asking me about reclaim, and I don't really understand why. Is it because like you're trying to find a good way to reclaim, or I'll tell you, a lot of places I work at, some of them don't do reclaim at all, right? They just throw it all out. They found that it's more cost effective to just buy the clay than it is to pay someone to reclaim it. Isn't that interesting? this one full time, and since the beginning, I've always reclaimed my clay. Oh, so you're just curious. Yeah. I usually when I do my reclaim, I'll tear it into little chunks, right? And then those little chunks, I'll let get fully dried, and then I'll just throw it into a little batch, and then I just throw the water into it. And then what I'll do is I'll take that, I'll wait like a week or something. You probably don't even have to wait a week, but I'll wait a week, and then there'll be a thin layer of water on the top still. I just drain all that off, and then I pour it out onto the plaster, and usually it's thick enough with that water off where it's kind of like clumpy, and I'll just smear it all over the plaster bats. As I found that so many people ditch their clay trying to find why people throw it out rather than reuse. It's just, it's probably just, it's more of like a convenience thing for people, I think. Like, at least that's what I think. Like, people probably do the math in their head. Okay, a bag of clay costs maybe a little bit less than $20, right? Well, how long does it take you to reclaim that same amount? Is it worth $20 of your time? And I would say that a lot of people who are doing pottery have enough money to, get the wheel, get all this other stuff. They probably have enough money to spare where they're not going to really worry about, a little bit more having to buy a little bit more clay than to spend the time to reclaim it. Right, so there's a pole. A little bit of water on this top edge again. Hello. I can't really see. When somebody comments, I can't even see what they're saying because my Whitewood Galaxy. Oh, I think you were in you commented on an old video, I think, or maybe you were in one of my old live streams. Nice. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say, oh, it's so satisfying, right? But two of them? I hope you're doing well. Oh, my back, yeah. My back is in perfect shape now. It's my springtime of youthful energy has imbued me with fast healing factor. Okay, bring these up. So I'm feeling good nowadays. But yeah, a lot of people say that pottery is satisfying, but I think it's really, when you're working with it, it feels more of like a battle. Alright, jump. There we go. Slowly pulling this out. I am, how are you? Again, wait, oh, somebody says, it's crazy to me, I don't have much of a disposal income, but even if I did, I don't find reclaiming inconvenience. Also self-taught potter for 11 years, now driven by earth. That's so fun. Yeah, I just think everybody has different things. A lot of like traditional potters, I think, really like love the whole process. They look forward to the reclaiming. They look forward to all this kind of stuff. They look forward to the glazing. They look forward to everything. But I think nowadays people are specialists, right? They really like the glazing or really like this. I mean, I just like the wheel. That's the only thing I like. I don't like anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. We can do petals on this one as well. And that will mean maybe on the last one we'll do tendrils. Bottom here. Open that up. All right, camera A. Camera A. Yeah. All right, camera C. Camera C. So this is where I keep all my chunks that I slowly get hard, and I'll test out which one I think is the hardest. This one is pretty hard. And that's when I would come over to my wheel and wedge. But, you know, somebody said, what made you drawn to these wonderful trees you make? Just, you know, a couple years of making stuff. Like, I think for me, whenever I make pots, I'm always trying to like learn something from them. And so they're kind of like a conglomeration of a lot of old pots, right, that have sort of made their way into becoming these tree forms. And so I was just showing some of my students yesterday, actually, I was showing them all my pots through like the history of my making, right? And I was showing them how I came to these trees specifically from those pots. And so I was showing them all sorts of different things and what I learned from those stuff. Dang, I feel like maybe I'll have to wedge right on this because it's too wet on the bat. But yeah, and I think for me, the trees are loaded with potential. I hate the idea of making the same like form over and over again, right? But I don't mind the same pattern over and over again, if that makes sense, right? And so the pattern of these, or the rhythm of these pots, are always the same, but the results are always different, right? And so that's kind of the things I really like about, you know, making these trees, right? I think like, plus I don't want to be making pots that people have made for thousands of years. That's kind of like, I feel like it's like my biggest like pet peeve about pottery, is we think that the wheel is only meant for making a certain type of object, right? And I think that also makes a lot of people go more into the hand building realm, when I think that there's a lot more untapped potential during the, you know, in throwing and during the throwing phase that we just aren't utilizing. Wow, I'm really having to battle the clay today on the centering. It's so weird. Okay, right to the bottom. Again. Camera B. Slowly push this down. Oh, hey, chill. Again, slow, consistent speed. As long as your tension is still, always on that object. The clay just want to go nest right back in center there. I'm gonna push this up just a little bit. I want to get the hammer fist. So here comes the hammer fist. The hammer fist is coming down. Great background choice. Yeah, I think they're all from Studio Ghibli. I just have Studio Ghibli music on right now. You know, I never really watched any of them except well, I slept through Howl's Moving Castle. And then I liked The Spirited Away, I think. The one where, like, kids' families turn to pigs. I remember that one. But none of the other ones. Right down in the middle there. A little bit of water. Cutting right along this bottom. Center out that clay. Push this right on that interior there. Great. Okay, a little bit of water right on this top edge. I slowly bring this in. Nice. We're gonna go right back down to the bottom. Here we are. Take our knuckle. Bring that right in from 5 o'clock. I have my fingers in that bottom corner on the interior, slowly raising them to create this bump. And that's all I'm doing is I'm lifting this bump right up. And you can see I'm almost pushing it towards the center a little bit. Always doing that. Okay. Again, getting ready for the next pole. Again, so maybe I'll show you camera C. So when I'm here, let's see. Dude, great to meet you tonight. Thanks for your help with my pipe. Haha, so funny. Yeah, of course, yo. I'm glad I could help you out. I really enjoy those sorts of things. I don't know, there's something about like when somebody like wants to make something and then you have the opportunity to, you know, show them. Like, I think it's kind of cool. Especially, I feel like we're kind of like alchemists or something. Like, we're just transmuting dirt into objects. It's kind of awesome. But yeah. Alright. Coloring this in just a little bit. Okay. We're going to swap over to camera B. Camera B. There we go. Right to this bottom edge here. And again, find this little bump. And very slowly, just hang out with this bump, right? This bump is our friend. You can see I'm really slow on the wheel. It's like I'm a slug. He's trying to find his next meal. He's rushing as fast as he can, but he's still just a slug. So he's slow. He's starving. He's almost there. He found a really scrumptious leaf. He's right to that top edge. He found the leaf. And there we go. Sweet. Alright. Camera C. I'm going to go right down to the bottom here. We're just going to walk up a twist, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So we have one long tendril there. And so you can see it wanting to twist. Okay. Something that's kind of pretty about this form, to be honest, right now. I'll show you. Camera B. Camera B. I almost don't want to do too much else to it. I'll hold it in the middle here for a second. Really kind of set that down. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. There's something about this form that I'm actually really vibing with. Maybe I'll just take out this top just a little bit. So it's going to nest down. And then I'll chill. So that way it really looks like it's just hovering, like it's that treetop, you know? Okay, again, down to this bottom edge, and I slowly pull this out. Looks like an octopus. Yeah, I could totally see that. Alright. Slowly right on the bottom. And so we're going to cut tendrils into this one. Alright. Alright, do a nice little pull right on this bottom edge here. Alright, there we go. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a long one here. So 3 shorts and 1 long. I cut off the tendril. So sad. Alright. So let's just see what we can do here. So we'll finish off what we're going to do with this tendril. And then since it's starting to rip and tear, you can kind of see the water fissures happening there. Wow, this thing really might collapse pretty crazy. I'm going to start twisting this. Up here. We're going to kind of just set this right in one of these little notches. Trying to really make these two spirals interact with each other, so something weird's happening there. Alright, we gotta leave it alone. Alright. I gotta get a sponge over there soon. Where's my sponge? Alright, sponge, get over here. Alright, and then we're gonna take this tendril. We're gonna curl this up, and we want it to look like it's lifting and supporting up that little ledge that fell, right? The same exact thing with this side. We want this to look like it's just holding it up. Somebody said ew. So funny. Hold it up just like that. Sweet. So look at the interior. So dry like this, right? Looks like it's looking at you or trying to eat you. Alright, so I have this. Kind of like... Here, camera A. Camera A. What do we like? Do we like... I think we gotta see this side, because the sponge is gonna get in the way. We got number 2 over here. Oh, number 2 kind of slanted like this. That's fine. And then we'll have number 3 kind of up here. Alright. Great. How's that looking? Yeah, that's a vibe. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the pottery review. Alrighty. Green on. Hello everybody. I'm back again with another pottery review. We'll start off with the one that fell over. This is the one that we just finished, right? got too thin and I added too much water, and so I got something called water fissuring, and so that happened right where there was the most tension on that collapse, and one of the sides broke before the other side, and so it slowly tipped over to the side there. It's kind of interesting when you look on the inside. It almost looks like a mouth, like you're looking on the interior of somebody's mouth or something, while the outside I think is doing something really cool. I even am using those tendrils to sort of almost fake like it's holding up its head or something. Alright, then I guess we'll go over to the one that's right here. I think something that I like about this one is how sharp, right, this treetop is from the base of the tree, right? The veins of the tree come up. There's a really nice line and a good contrast of shadow and light hitting this form here, and so I think I really like the way that that one looked. I got a 5 petal on the bottom of this one that I really like too. You can see on the skirt there, and then we got the last one on the top here, slowly tipping its head over to one side, but I think I did a 4 petal on that one on the top there, and I think it looks kind of nice. It's really starting to get into that almost flower range, not as much of that tree look. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. All the best and strong mentality. Look at the comments here quick. Do you glaze your pottery with colored glazes? Yeah, I mean, do you mean mason stain? Like, do I add mason stain glazes? Not really. I usually just do like heavy metals for my glazes. Yeah. Alright, y'all. Hey, these are them for today. Thank you again for watching. I'm gonna head off and I'm gonna start editing here. Alright, peace.